It's Conduit News Radio with Paul Harrell.
Hey, I want to welcome back to the program. We have Sarah Dunklin is back with us from Desha County. She's the Republican Party chair down there. Sarah, how you doing this morning?
Doing great. How are you?
I am doing well. So I understand you guys have a pretty big dinner coming up. Now, is it a Lincoln Day dinner or a Reagan Day dinner? I can never remember which county does which.
Well, we actually don't even name them in our county.
Okay.
We're still a blue county until hopefully the election we turn red. But anyway, we just kind of invite everyone to dinner with whoever the guest is that we're having. This time it's Rick Crawford.
Awesome.
So it'll be dinner with Congressman Crawford.
Well, talk a little bit about it being blue. What's it like being in a blue county when, surrounded by pretty much, there's a lot of, Arkansas is a Republican state now. That's pretty much, well documented, well established. And how are how is the recruitment effort going of saying, hey, listen, the Republican Party can work in Desha County just like it's working other places?
Well, it's starting for sure. We have, for the first time, we've got 5 county candidates that are running on the Republican ticket. And on the Democrat ticket, there are many that are actually on our county committee that ran on the Democrat ticket. So either way, we're going to have Republicans win. It's very interesting. Really, there's only a couple of true Democrats in the races. So it's exciting times for sure.
So do you think that you guys are in a position to make gains and actually turn the county red, or at least maybe purple?
I think we're definitely, I feel like we're going purple for sure.
Oh, wow. That's big news. I mean, that's big news.
Yes.
I
feel like that's what's going to happen. So we're excited.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, how long have you been the chair of the Republican Party down there?
This is my second term.
Okay.
So 2 years.
And what would you think some of the issues are, that are important to the Republican Party down there? I mean, like what's on people's minds? What are on the voters' minds for this midterm election coming up in 13 days?
I would definitely say their taxes and, more freedom all around. And down here, definitely jobs. I'm sure most areas jobs. So we have a high rate of welfare in this county. We're listed by MSN as the poorest county in the state. We also have one of the highest tax rates. So.
Wow. Well, that's definitely not a good formula, for individual achievement and economic success. We have a problem, and maybe people in all kinds of communities are going to start to recognize that, generational dependency on the government for sustenance is not a good thing. It's one thing if you're down on your luck. It's one thing if you're truly needy and that sort of thing. But, generational dependency is, in a way, it's robbing people of the creative, creative will to go out there and build something for yourself.
Definitely, and we see a lot of that in this county. It transcends race. It doesn't matter what color you are, where you came from. It's a lot of it is the policies, such as offering welfare to single mothers and discouraging the family to be a family unit. Discouraging marriage through policy is part of it. Then of course the job issue is part of it, and it's a mentality as well. Like you say, it's a generational mentality. So that is difficult to break out of, but we're working on it for sure.
It seems like the left, they seem to be very, very concerned about Black Americans leaving the Democrat Party. There is the walkaway movement. It is a national phenomenon. You have the meeting between President Trump and Kanye West. Of course, we know that the media and the controlled comedians, they mocked him for all of that. But honestly, what Kanye West had to say was, it was about breaking out of this generational dependency on government, was about rejecting, racism, calls of racism when it in fact doesn't exist, and it's just there to divide us against each other. And I'm wondering, is that message that is useful to you down in Desha County?
Yes, we have. Actually, I will say that at our last committee meeting, I was the only white person. So we've got a lot of diversity on our committee, and we're really excited about that. We've worked really hard to reach out to the Black community, and we find that we resonate really, with conservative. I think most Blacks are conservative. They just don't know it. Most have do not believe in abortion. They believe in God. So there's a lot of things that line up, and all they really have to do is realize it. And we've really some warriors out there bringing the message to the Black community in our area, and we're really, really lucky for that.
Yeah, that's really good news. It's good to hear. And yeah, we have for county office, we have one Black candidate, and for the state rep position, of course, there's Ricky Lattimore. Yeah,
so
yeah, and we'll be interviewing Ricky. Seeing here on Thursday, so we'll be interviewing him at 7:05 on Thursday. So excited! He'll actually be in studio, so I'm excited to get to meet him, talk to him. I'd love to get his take on everything that's going on right now, because we are not in typical.
He's a wealth of knowledge for sure.
Yeah,
and he is just been a great leader for our area.
We are not in typical times here. I mean, we are seeing upheavals. We're seeing people break out of traditional norms about where how you're supposed to vote, what group you're supposed to be a part of. And I think it's really, really exciting, because I think there's a lot of room for reconciliation. I think there's a lot of room for unity. When we've been told that you can't be unified on this or that. But it's like you said. I mean, how many people, if you go issue by issue, the Democrats that are still left in this country, or let's say the Democrats who are still, holding on in this state, how many Democrats know what they did, back in the Democrat convention, where they tried to vote God out of their party, and you hear the no's out of there, and then you look at the abortion issue, and more people understand what that really means, and it's like there's just no way I could support something like that.
Right, and when they stop and think about it, they don't. A lot of it is just simply, it's mainstream media controlled. And so these are people that are just watching only, local news or only CNN. And so it's, once you kind of open up a new world to them, their eyes open, they can see it.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
Well, so Sarah Dunklin, tell us about your dinner. When is it? What are the dates? How can people get tickets if they want to come? And like you said, your special guest is Congressman Rick Crawford, and so he's always great to listen to. He's actually going to be on the program coming up on Friday. So how can people get tickets? Where do they need to go? What do they need to do?
Well, it's Tuesday, October 30th at the Dumas Country Club. It's going to be 5:30 p.m. is the reception. Dinner's going to be at 6. We're going to have musical performances by Jason Daly. And if they want to purchase a ticket, they can call 870-344-2120. Again, that's 870-344-2120. Reception tickets are $25 and dinner tickets are $50.
All right.
And we really do. We're trying to turn purple, so we really do need y'all's support down here.
Absolutely. There you go, folks. All of you listening out there, Sarah Dunklin with Desha County. Am I pronouncing that right? It is Desha.
Yes.
Right? Okay. I'm making sure.
Desha.
I'm making sure. Well, Sarah, it's great. I'm so thrilled that you spent the morning with us, and I hope you have a great day, great week, and I hope you have a fantastic Republican dinner coming up on October the 30th.
Thank you so much.
All righty. Thank you, Sarah.